Welcome to Daily English Room. Today's topic is sports. Do you play sports regularly?
Actually, I play futsal. It's like indoor football, with other restaurant workers every Sunday morning. In our industry, we work such late hours that this regular Sunday game has become sacred to us. We've formed our own little league with other restaurant staff in the city.
What is the most popular sport in your country?
Football is definitely the most popular sport in Brazil. It's more than just a sport, it's part of our national identity. We call Brazil, O País do Futebol, the country of football. You'll find people playing everywhere, on beaches, in streets, in fancy facilities. Even in my restaurant kitchen, we discuss football matches more than we discuss cooking sometimes.
What's your favorite sport?
While football is in every Brazilian's blood, my favorite sport is actually futsal. It's like a faster, more intense version of football that's perfect for urban areas. As a chef, I appreciate how it requires quick thinking and precise movements, similar to working in a busy kitchen. The fast pace and technical skills really appeal to me.
Do you often watch sports on TV?
Absolutely. In my restaurant, we always have football matches playing on our TVs. I watch both Brazilian championship games and international leagues. During major tournaments, we organize special viewing events with themed menus. I also enjoy watching cooking shows that feature athletes' diets and nutrition.
Do you prefer playing sports or watching them?
Playing, without a doubt. As a chef, I'm used to being actively involved in creating things, and sports are no different. While I enjoy watching matches with my restaurant customers, nothing beats the feeling of playing futsal with friends after a long day in the kitchen. It's about being part of the action rather than just observing it.
Are there any sports you don't like? Why?
I struggle with golf. Maybe it's because I'm used to the fast-paced environment of a kitchen and Brazilian sports culture, but I find it too slow and repetitive. I respect the skill involved, but I need more energy and dynamics in my sports. Also, the exclusive nature of golf clubs doesn't align with my belief that sports should be accessible to everyone.
How do you think sports contribute to mental health and emotional well-being?
Working in a high-pressure kitchen environment, I understand the importance of physical activity for mental balance. Playing futsal helps me release the stress of long working hours, and the team spirit reminds me of kitchen camaraderie. I've noticed that my staff who play sports regularly handle pressure better during busy service times. It's like training your mind to stay calm under pressure.
What role should sports play in promoting public health?
As a chef, I see a natural connection between sports and healthy eating habits. In Brazil, many public health campaigns use popular athletes to promote better nutrition. In my restaurant, we've partnered with local sports clubs to create healthy menu options that support active lifestyles. I believe sports venues should set better examples by offering healthier food choices instead of just traditional fast food.
How do you think the relationship between sports and education should be balanced?
In Brazil, we sometimes go to the other extreme, where talented young athletes might neglect their education to pursue sports careers. As someone who played football but eventually found my passion in cooking, I understand the importance of having a balanced education. Schools should teach students that sports and academics can complement each other, just like in cooking where physical skill and technical knowledge are both essential.
How has social media changed the way people engage with sports?
In the restaurant business, we've noticed how social media has changed how people watch sports. Customers want to post about their experience watching games, share food photos during matches, and participate in online discussions. Athletes sharing their diet and nutrition on social media has also influenced what customers order. Everyone wants to eat like their favorite athletes now.
How do most people in your country keep fit?
Brazilians love outdoor activities. The beach culture in places like Salvador promotes natural fitness, swimming, beach volleyball, and running along the shore. Dancing is also a huge part of our fitness culture, whether it's samba, capoeira, or just dancing at social gatherings. Gym culture is big in cities, but there's also a strong trend of outdoor exercise groups in public parks. Many people also cycle or play football regularly with friends.
How have traditional sports in your country adapted to modern times?
Capoeira in Brazil has transformed from a hidden martial art to a global phenomenon. Modern capoeira schools incorporate fitness elements and even use apps to track movements. It's beautiful to see this evolution while maintaining its cultural essence.
What impact do you think virtual reality will have on sports in the future?
In Brazil, some football academies are already using VR for tactical training. I think it will help players visualize plays better and could even make sports training more affordable for underprivileged communities.
How do you think sports facilities in cities should evolve to meet future needs?
Salvador should develop more rooftop sports facilities. With limited ground space, we could utilize building tops for small courts and fitness areas. Also, incorporating sustainable design would be great.
What role should sports play in addressing social issues?
In Brazil, sports programs have helped reduce crime rates in underprivileged areas. I support using sports as a way to provide opportunities and direction to young people.
How can sports events become more environmentally sustainable?
Brazilian beach sports events are starting to include ocean cleanup activities. We could expand this to make environmental awareness a key part of all sporting events.
Tell me about a memorable sports event you attended or watched. What made it special?
The most incredible sports event I experienced was the 2014 World Cup semifinal between Brazil and Germany, though not for happy reasons. I was working at my restaurant, but we had set up big screens for customers. The atmosphere started so jubilant, with everyone singing and celebrating. But as Germany scored goal after goal, the mood changed dramatically. What stands out wasn't the defeat itself, but how people came together afterward. Customers who were strangers before were consoling each other, sharing stories of other victories and defeats. We ended up staying open late into the night, serving comfort food and talking about how we would bounce back. It taught me how sports can bring people together, not just in victory but also in defeat.
What's the most unusual or interesting sport you've ever tried? How was that experience?
The most unusual sport I've tried was underwater hockey. Yes, it actually exists. A customer at my restaurant was a coach and convinced me to try it. As a chef, I'm used to high-pressure situations, but playing a hockey-like game while holding your breath is a whole different kind of pressure. You wear snorkel gear, and the puck is heavy lead that slides along the pool bottom. The most challenging part wasn't the swimming or the game itself, but learning to communicate with teammates underwater. We had to develop hand signals for different plays. It was fascinating how it connected to my work as a chef. Both require precise teamwork without much verbal communication. I only played for a few months, but it gave me a whole new appreciation for non-traditional sports. Now I occasionally create special menu items inspired by unusual sports, like my underwater hockey energy bowl.
If you could create a new sport that combines elements from your culture and profession, what would it be like?
Being a Brazilian chef, I'd develop culinary capoeira, a combination of our traditional martial art dance and competitive cooking. Participants would have to prepare dishes while incorporating capoeira movements. Imagine chefs doing the ginga, Basic capoeira step, while stirring, or incorporating acrobatic moves while moving between cooking stations. We'd use traditional Brazilian ingredients and cooking methods, but with a twist. Some ingredients would be placed at different heights, requiring specific capoeira moves to reach them. The rhythm of the berimbau, traditional capoeira instrument, would set time limits for different cooking stages. I've actually tested a mini version of this during a food festival, and while it was chaotic, it was incredibly entertaining and really showcased both our culinary and athletic culture.
Tell me about a time when sports helped you overcome a personal challenge or difficult situation.
The biggest challenge I faced was after my restaurant nearly failed during its first year. The stress was overwhelming. I wasn't sleeping, my blood pressure was high, and I was taking my frustration out on my staff. A regular customer, who happened to be a football coach, noticed my situation and invited me to join their amateur league. At first, I laughed it off. I was working 14-hour days, how could I possibly find time for football? But he persisted, saying I needed an outlet. Finally, I agreed to try just one session. That first game was horrible. I was out of shape and could barely keep up. But for those 90 minutes, I wasn't thinking about the restaurant's problems. I started playing regularly, and something interesting happened. The discipline and team coordination in football helped me rethink how I manage my restaurant. I learned to delegate more, trust my team, and maintain better work-life balance. 6 months later, not only was I in better shape physically and mentally, but my restaurant's atmosphere had completely changed. We now even host post-game dinners for the football league, and some of my teammates have become investors in my new restaurant venture.
Looking ahead 20 years, how do you hope sports will have evolved to make a positive impact on society and future generations?
My hope for the future is that sports will help address global health challenges and promote sustainable living. As a chef, I see how sports can influence healthy eating habits and cultural appreciation. In 20 years, I hope we'll have sports programs that integrate physical activity with nutrition education and cultural exchange. Imagine international competitions that celebrate not just athletic achievement but also sustainable living practices and cultural diversity. In Brazil, we're starting to see this integration in some community programs, and I hope it becomes a global trend. Sports could become a powerful tool for promoting both personal and planetary health.
That's all for today's Daily English Room Conversation Practice. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, like, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. See you next time.